Okay, this might take a little while to explain. First of all, I'm wearing horns because we're talking about gacha, and that seems like an appropriate time to talk about it, especially considering that we're talking about gacha-like mechanics inside a single-player paid-for game, which claims that it is done in jest, but in the end, it does quite matter a lot to the gameplay. So, first of all, we are talking about Two Point Museum, and we're currently on Two Point Museum's promotional offer to give you money for doing specific actions and posting yourself online doing them. And this one was make a reaction video of yourself opening an expedition crate. We're gonna be practically doing that a bit later. But I have a feeling that the kind of thoughts that I'm gonna be putting out there are not the kind of reaction videos that they want, so I'm not even gonna be applying for this. Anyway, as this is an official promotion with Just About, which is supposed to be paying streamers for achieving specific goals in specific games, I'm just gonna read it out. Make a reaction video of yourself opening an expedition crate. One of my favorite moments in Two Point Museum is when it pokes fun at loot boxes. Your expedition team will bring a discovery back in the crate, and when you open it, a cute little hype building animation will play out before you find out what's inside, just like a gacha game, or the card trading team building mode in a certain popular football series. For this reward, we want you to get in on the joke and film a reaction video in the style of the many creators who turn these into a whole thing when opening loot boxes or card packs live on stream. You're welcome to be as excitable as such creators tend to be. Oh my god, yo, I got the Sherpa Dops, school, let's go! Or to put your own emotional twist on this style of video, but we won't award muted or deadpan reactions. The emotion is the point after all. To help you convey that emotion, you're encouraged to show your face, but it isn't mandatory as long as we can feel the hype. Important note, this is a family game, so keep it clean. If anything, your reaction will be funnier. If anything, your reaction will be funnier if you can't swear. I don't know, can you say that a game is poking fun at loot box and gacha mechanics when it actually layered the randomizer to a point where it will definitely prolong the amount of hours that you're spending in the game just because of how many different aspects of what you're getting is random and what are the ideal aspects that you want to get for a functioning museum. I am about gonna go and show it to you inside the game, but I just want to disclose that I don't hate the game. I actually really like it. I think that it is very chill and it is a nice in between Two Point Hospital, which is quite stressful, and Two Point Campus, which I have never finished, but I have heard that it is kind of on the boring side, as you don't get a lot of things to do. Two Point Museum is kind of in between, and I don't mind spending time inside my museum or spending more time inside my museums because it is kind of fun. But majority of that time, I'm gonna be like capturing people trying to steal my exhibits, making sure that everything's clean, getting rid of any ghost infestations, keeping up with my existing exhibits. I am gonna be like training my staff and I'm gonna be sending them on missions based on like matching the kind of skills that they have, and the whole training up your staff in order to be able to get on missions is kind of a fun mechanic. But getting the exhibit back in a loot box is just not part of the fun. If anything, it will get frustrating quite fast, and let's just hop into the game and I'm gonna show you the worst offender. Because there are museums where there's a lot less random mechanics. Like in the Science Museum, you get blueprints and then you build the exhibit, and then through performing quests for that exhibit, it levels up in quality. So there's a lot less randomness there, but Some museums are extra leaning on that you need to get the right exhibit randomness, which is quite annoying, so let's just go there. Hello guys, welcome to Hellhole Hotel, I believe this level is called, and it is one of the levels that I already have 5 stars on, so technically there is absolutely no reason for me to even be in here at the moment. But what we are gonna be doing in here is we're gonna go and just grab an exhibit just so that I can show some things off. So, because it's nightmare season, this is not a good place to be, because if I send my people there, they will die. That is not ideal. Let's maybe find a location that's not influenced by nightmare season. This can get us a haunted toilet or a pirate, which kind of means that we're rolling out of 2 available people, and this is gonna be an easy one, which means that the expedition is not gonna be taking too long. So let's see, we want somebody that can do relics, and then we want somebody that can talk with customers. So as this is an easy expedition, we can just send them like that. I tend to set it for detailed just in case it increases my chance of getting a pristine relic, because this is one of the things that are random. Then you press the button, you pay the price, and you wait around until the whole expedition thingy kind of returns. In the meantime, I am having trouble with one of my toilets. There are queues in front of some of the decorations. I'm gonna assume that marketing has done something because everybody's hype just decreased. That can happen. Let's see. I probably don't have enough security guards emptying these, but that's not the biggest deal at the moment. I don't need to meet like some sort of very specific money requirements. You are a guard, please empty that. Thank you very much. We're still just waiting for the expedition to come back. This is honestly one of the biggest poopy levels when it comes to the randomness factor. While we are waiting for the expedition to come back, let me show off what I mean. So, this is a haunted TV, which is a pristine relic, which means that I have sent my expedition over and over out there in order to get this relic in the pristine, which increases the amount of like buzz that it has, and you have some buzz requirements to pass specific parts of the main quest, but also more buzz means more interested guests. So you want more buzz, and one way of getting a lot more buzz is to get pristine relics. Now, 3 out of 3 knowledge. Some relics start with 1 knowledge, some relics start with 0 knowledge. You get extra knowledge for that type of relic by breaking that type of relic down in like a specific place. So the annoying bit, that means that I had to get 2 extra haunted TVs and break them down in order to get the haunted TV that gives enough knowledge towards all of my customers. Now look at this thing. Reign of Chaos. The forces of evil will shower the museum in litter, may cause guests to ignore bins. So as you could see, when I sent out my expedition team, there were 2 things that I can get from the location, and we're gonna open that crate the moment the game allows me. It plays a little animation. It gets very old very fast because you have to do this quite a lot of times. Oh my god, it's a pirate! At the very least, it is a pristine pirate. Anyway, we're gonna put you in my inventory for now. So, let's say that I wanted the thing that wasn't a pirate. Well, now I got a pirate. Normally, locations don't roll between too many things. There's like 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 things that a singular location can fetch. There is quite a few qualities towards an item, and you need... Let me just start an expedition again to show you what I mean. See the survey level? every single time when I send an expedition to do a detailed survey, the survey level increases by a specific amount. Some survey levels limit your ability from even ever landing a pristine relic. So this location is fully surveyed out, so I can land a pristine relic, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna land a pristine relic. So if I want a haunted TV, I have to go to the same place over and over and over again until I get a haunted TV and not anything else. And then it has to be pristine, but at the same time, I want my TV to have a good trait, not a bad one, because there are some items that, in this case, have a positive trait, like ominous intrigue, the perfect Moorish balance of frightening and fascinating, entertaining to view, plus 5%. That is good. That is something that I want to get. Reign of Chaos is something that I don't want to get. So I'm trying to randomize the right item, the right quality of item, and then the right trait on the item. The fact that some of these have Reign of Chaos, it means that I gave up on it. I gave up getting the right trait on the item, which is annoying because if you can see, my guests are forced to drop trash in here in front of this object, even though I have bins right over here. Whenever there is an inspection, they're gonna be penalizing me for having trash on the floor over here in front of my relic, when that's something that the relic is doing, because that's the trait that it has, but I don't have the patience to go on 10 or 20 or however many expeditions I'm gonna need in order to guarantee myself a pristine haunted TV that is not plagued by Reign of Chaos but has any other trait whatsoever. And once again, this is not like a problem in every single museum, but this one has it the worst. There are some other things that are also randomized. Let us click on a ghost. So, buzz bonus. Have any moss and no music. Cool, but that's randomized. A fan of furniture, that's randomized. The quality of the ghost is also randomized and it is pristine. I at one point gotten stuck where a location in which I could land myself a night ghost was locked until I max out the buzz bonus on a peasant. Guess what the peasant's buzz bonus said? It said, live together in the same room as a knight. Something that is literally impossible. So the only way to unlock that location was for me to go out and search until I got another peasant that was pristine but had a different buzz bonus. They say that it is to poke fun out of loot boxes. Because it is quirky, it is funny, it is just something that's part of the game. In my opinion, if you want to poke fun out of something, you shouldn't layer this much RNG on top of one another. And once again, don't get me wrong, I kind of really like this game. It's just, it's a very frustrating part of it. I wonder if they have done it so that you have to spend longer inside any given museum. Because if I'm gonna look at my hours played for this game, it is currently at 43 hours. That's quite a lot. This is the only museum that I have maxed out so far. Let me just go to museum map. The last one that I was in was the Science Museum, and I will want to come back to that. I think that is the Science Museum. So this one I much prefer because it suffers from a lot less randomizing. Now, what it does randomize is you gathering materials, as you can get anywhere between like 75 to 250 of any one material in order for you to then go and craft exhibits. But performing more trips to get the materials that I need in order to make my exhibits won't kill me, because I know that I'm gonna reach the amount that I need in order to make my exhibits in the first place. While when I need to get a specific exhibit. I need to RNG it from like the list of between 2 and 5 items, other items that can appear on the list. I need it to be of a specific quality, and then I also need it to have a specific trait that's not gonna be detrimental to me. There is no guarantees. There's like no max pity like you would have in an actual gacha game. There's no guarantee that the stars will align and you will ever get this. But I can guarantee that as long as I farm the materials, I will eventually be able to build the exhibit. So for me specifically, this museum is a lot nicer and a lot less unfun. I'm gonna title it like that. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think that it is, considering that this is like a very casual game, it received a lot of positive reviews, and once again, I like the rest of the game. But do you guys, are you okay with that being a part of the game? Would it irritate you too? Am I just being weird because I am critiquing a casual game that practically has no stakes and that is just meant to chill out in? And I am critiquing the one part that is annoying for me, while I would still personally give the game a very positive review. I wouldn't have spent 43 hours in it if I considered the game to be, well, junk or trash or any other negative opinions. Am I overreacting? Is it just me that really takes issue with something like this being inside a video game, or is that like a valid complaint? Because I feel like that is a valid complaint, but that is me. Anyway, that's it for now. I just wanted to share something that I personally find it annoying, and the fact that they're advertising that feature as like a little funny haha thing also doesn't quite sit well with me, considering just how much RNG that little funny haha thing requires. The upcoming videos are gonna be a lot more positive because for one thing, I want to make a 2-point museum review, and for another thing, I want to talk about what's upcoming in Crusader Kings 3. So we're not just being a negative Nancy. This is just Mirta that had like a real big urge to talk about something that bothered me inside a game that I like. So please don't take it the wrong way. If you're still here, thank you so much for listening to me rant. I hope I will get to see you on my other videos. If you have not yet subscribed, please check out the rest of the content of this channel and figure out if it is something that you like or you don't, because I do gaming videos, I do spirituality videos, I do tabletop videos, so I understand that some people will be quite upset to see a lot of videos that they're not interested in, especially if they're only interested in like 1 or 2 videos of mine. So only subscribe if you make sure that you like what you see. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. And also thank you so much for my Patreon supporters for allowing me to engage in gaming to begin with. I hope I'm gonna see you on my other videos, and bye B for now.